MTK the tutor signing in. Today I want us to be handling the following tariffs. I want us to deal with the transport tariffs, municipality tariffs, bank fees, and the telephone tariffs. So these are our billing systems that which I'm going to be explaining today. How do you read them off and how to get maybe certain values if they are missing on the diagram itself, if it is being given to you. But first things first, let's get one thing out of the way: how to read a financial document or a document that is being displayed data, that is a document that is displaying data in a form of columns and in a form of rows, or using both. Now you need to understand that when you are talking about a row and a column, what are we talking about? When you're talking about row, we are talking about when you are moving horizontally. Like for instance, if I have my document like this, when I'm reading off from this side going there, what I'm reading is I'm reading the rows. I'm reading standard size, number of dwellings. When I'm going in this way, I'm moving in a horizontal way. So therefore, I'm reading in terms of on the rows. And then when I'm moving down, I'm reading what? The columns. Like for instance, if it is column, I'm going from column A1 to column 2. You get that? So when you are moving down, when you're moving up and down on your paper, you are moving on columns. And then when you are moving in the way that which you write, or from left to right, you are moving in the horizontal. Hope that makes sense. Let me jump right into it. Now we are going to be handling an extract from Mr. Daniel's monthly municipality statement. So this one is based on, it's a municipal tariffs. So therefore now what I'm going to be handling now is municipal tariffs, so that we don't lose track. Let me just mark there that we are on municipal tariffs. Now on the municipal tariffs, how to read the information that which they have given you. Sometimes don't jump into conclusion about certain things and then make them confuse you. The likes of what? When I'm looking at a document like this one, since it is an extract from the municipality's monthly statement. Now, on the document, there's supposed to be the information for the place that which this document is going to be built on. So with that being the case, we need to have some identity documents, or if not identity document, we need some information that will identify the stand we are talking about, or the place that which we are on. So with that being the case, we need to understand how to read it off. Like for instance, the tariff table or the billing system on the document that I'm having now, it is going to be at the bottom. But now also, what do I have on these two tables? You need to make it make sense and understand it. Now on this one, they are giving me at the top there, they are giving you some information of the person that which this is going to be directed to. So it is Mr. KJ Daniels. Then the physical address has been given there, the date that which this is issued, and then now they say the statement for March 2019. So now fine, they're going to give you some information there, which is the information that which I'm seeing there at the top there: the stand size, the number of dwellings, which is that put the people there. We have one. We have date of valuation, and then we have the portion, municipal valuation, the region. Now fine. That is just straightforward. This is the information you're going to be using when you're answering the questions they might ask you. What is the stand size? Or the stand size will also help you when you're calculating for the sewage monthly charged. But now I'll get into that in the later stage. Firstly, let me come here and explain what we have on this portion here. Now, on this table here, what I basically have is, now they have given me the account. Fine. Now let's go into it. they say we have the subtotal, and then we have the total amount, all of them which are in rands. Fine. Now they say water and sewer. So now on this one, they haven't been given us any amount, and yet for us we haven't calculated any. Fine. I go down and check the reading period. The reading period is the period that which the statement is charged on. So since it is a monthly document that is going to be issued out, we need to know that, okay, fine, this one is for which specific period. So this one, it is from within the same year. It is from the year 2019, the first month of 2019, on the 16th of that month. It is starting to charge from that day until the year 2019, the second month, on the 12th day of that month. Now, when we had just now, when you go down and say the meter reading, now on the meter reading there, it says start. When it says start, they've given you a value there. They say it's 795,000. Now, with that amount being given to us, that is when we were starting on this day here. On this day, the reading was on the starting amount. The starting amount was what was reading on the meter. So now we're gonna take this info, the value that which they have given us here. Let me just write it down for you. They say we're going to be starting from, they say on the starting point there, they say start. On the starting amount, they say is 795,000. Now this, it is what was on the what was recorded on the meter when we had started to charge for that particular stand. So now, with this being what we have, they say when the period that which we are charging ended, when it ended on the on the meter, they had an amount of 807,000. Now this is what we have when we ended. So now when we want to find out how much water did they use for the period we are trying to bill, we're going to find the difference between the two. So we're going to say the amount you had when you started, the amount we had when you started, we subtracted from the amount that is on the meter when we had ended. So basically this, we treat it as our starting point to count. It's like we are from what? We were on 0 initially. We say this 795,000, it is our 0 point. Then we started counting until we reached where we're supposed to be. But now, with that being the case, this is not a 0, it's a number. So if I want to find out how much water was used for the period from the 16th to the 12th of the second month, how much water was used, I'm going to say 795 subtracted from this amount. So now when I go to my calculator and press that, I'm going to be having 795,000 subtract 870,123. Yes, 3. Then it gives me that. Fine. I have 12,000. I flipped them, that's why the answer is negative. But what I explained is that you subtract this from this one. Now you're going to be having 12,000 liters that which are being used. That is 12,000 liters that which are being used. So now that is how, if ever, you're going to be expected to find them. But now again, look at what we have on our table. When we jump down, they say the water usage 12 kilo liters. But if this part was blank and they have put A for you to calculate, you are going to be able to can find it because I've shown you the calculation. Now you might be asking yourself, why is it that I'm saying this is the same as what they got? For them, they have written their liters. They have written their water in kiloliters. Mine is in liters. So when I want to write it in kiloliters, I'm going to divide by 1,000. And 12,000 divided by 1,000 will give me what? Will give me 12. So now it will move from being liters to being what? Kiloliters. I hope it makes sense. Now, fine, to proceed down, they say the daily average consumption, that is the amount of water that was used on a daily basis. If we were to split and make it that this person was using the same amount of water throughout the day. Every day he was using what? Every day he was using 0.429 kiloliters. That is the amount you used on the daily basis for that period. Now they say charges for 12 kiloliters are based on sliding scale for a 28-day period. It is a 28-day period that which we calculating this for, because we moved from what? From the 16th of the first month to the 12th of the second month. Now we have 28-day period that which they have given us there. Fine. Now they say, and the second part they say, the total water charged excluding VAT. Now when VAT is excluded, that means our 15% is not added. But when they say VAT inclusive, that means VAT is included on that amount. So now they're saying the amount without VAT is nothing there. They didn't give you anything. So since they didn't give you anything there, you need, or you're going to be forced to calculate it for yourself, which should be pretty much easy with the information we have been given, because now they say the total water charge excluding VAT. Now you go down to the two tables that which you are being given at the bottom. Those two, that are the ones that which I'm going to be looking into. We have the one for the sewer, which is this one, and then we have the one for the water, which is our water tariff. There it is being given for us. So now let's analyze the water tariff, because now here they say the total water charge excluding VAT. Let's look at our table and read with understanding the table. They say the stepped residential water tariff. Now they say that kiloliters per connection per month. Now we have what? From 0 to 6. We have from above 6 to 10, 10 to 15, above 15 to 20. And then now let's look on the side here, which is they say this is the tariff that which is being used for the year from the year 2018 to 2019. They were using this one. They say the tariff, it is what? The amounts that which are being shown on here, they are what? They are rent per kiloliter. So that can only mean that on the side here, yes, it, like they said also, kiloliters. So that means for every kiloliter you use, if it falls within the range of from 0 to 6, it will be charged at 8.25 per kiloliter. So if you use the 6 kiloliters, I'm going to multiply 6 with what? 8.28. I hope it makes sense. Let me just quickly show you how you would have found your B there. Now to find B, finding B, when we are finding B there, they expect us to find B. Now to find B, you need to ask yourself questions like what? Like, when I visit this table, you cannot visit this table if you do not have your your water consumption that which you have been given. So we have on our data, we know that this person used what? 12 kiloliters of water. So since we have 12 kiloliters, now we're going to move on our table. Now, when you have your consumption like this, I would like to look at it as if now you have money to spend. But now when you have money to spend, you cannot go into whatever retail store that which you like. When you walk there with a budget, if you find that a shirt exceed the amount you wanted, you're going to go for a lower one. Or if you find that there's a sale at that store and your budget was placed or was at a fixed amount, you are going to come back home, spend the whole same amount but with a little bit more of t-shirts. Why am I saying that? Money to spend. This is the first store. This is the second store. Look at it like in that way. I'm going to put on my column, I'm going to put them as if we have 1, 2, 3. So if this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. So now, before you reach the fourth one, you're supposed to go past the first, the second, the third, until you reach the fourth. So now, let's look into it. We have 12, what? We have 12 kiloliters to spend. But now, on this store, on all the items we like, we are allowed to spend from 0 to 6 kiloliters of the water I have. So now, let's look at it like this. On the first store, I'm going to say 1. On the first store, you spend how much? They say from 0 to 6. So if you go from 0 to 6 hours, we have what? 12 kiloliters. So we can spend the whole maximum, meaning we can spend up until the what? 6 kiloliters. Now that means if we spend 12 kiloliters from 6 kiloliters on the first store, that means we subtract 12 kiloliters from what? From our kiloliters to spend. So therefore now we are left with what? With 6 kiloliters. But then again, not forgetting that you are going to have to be charged. So since you are going to be charged, you know that now on this one you are going to be charged what? 8.28 rand 0.28 cents per kiloliter. But how much did we spend? For us, we spent the whole 6 kiloliters. So now we're going to say 6 multiplied with what? 8.28. And then now the amount we're gonna find here will be money. I'm going to say 6 multiplied by 8.28. We have what? We have 49.68. But now that's not total. We are not done. We still have surplus to go to the second store with. So when we reach the second store, we have what? We have 6 kiloliters. I write the 6 kiloliters that I have. Now moving to this table. On this table, from 6, now above 6 to 10. So meaning above 6 to 10, that means they take 6 as their 0. So to count until 10, what will we be having? We're going to be having what? Let's count it out. We're going to be having what? From 6, but letting 6 to be our 0. We're going to be having what? 7, 8, 9, 9, 10. So now what do I have? 4 units moved. So 4 units moved is what? Is 4 kiloliters taken. On the second column, which is our second store, we have what? 4 removed from there, which we're going to be left with how much? We're going to be left with 2 kiloliters to spend. On the next column, after the one we are on. But then again, we need to find the money. We are going to be charged. So now they said at the column number 2, they said that it's going to be charged at 8.79. Now I have what? I have spent how much there? I have spent or used 4 kiloliters. So 4 multiplied by what? By what I have been given there, which is 8.79. Then it will give you how much? We go and check it in the calculator. 4 multiplied by 8.79. 8.79. I have what? I have 5.6. 35.16. So now again, not forgetting that just because I have this much, now I still have some kiloliters left. So the kiloliters that I have left allow me to can come to the second column, which is our third store, which it allows me to come to my third column. So now on the third column, what I'm gonna do is there I'm saying above 10, so meaning that if I wanted to count the maximum that I can spend in here was going to be what? I was going to say, okay, 10 as my 0, then what do I have? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Am I making sense? Yes, 15. So therefore now, but here I won't reach the maximum because I only have just 2 kiloliters left on what? On the third part. On the third column, I have what? I have just only that amount. I hope you can see there on the third one. So I'm going to say the 2 that I have left, which is the 2 kiloliters. That is 2 kiloliters. I need to find its amount. So I'm going to say 2 multiplied by what? What I have that is charged there. So at this part, they are charging 15 rand per kiloliter. So I have 2 by 15, which will give me 30 rands. So now I'm going to say with everything that I have here calculated, I'm going to say tot. Now I find the total amount that this person was going to be charged was going to be what? Was going to be all of them together, was going to be this one, this amount, this one, and this one. So I'm going to say that exactly for 9.68. I have how much? I'm going to be having 114.84. Now that's the amount that person was going to be charged, excluding VAT. VAT is not part of this amount. So exactly what they wanted, they said the total water charged excluding VAT, how much will it be? So that means this is what? This is my B. Now they say water demand management levy. So that is what we have. They say the subtotal is going to be 22.64. Now monthly sewer charged based on the stand size excluding VAT. Now the VAT that is charged, it's 15%. Sorry about that. It's not 15 point anything, it's 15%. So 15% of whatever amount we might be having. That's what. So now to find my that part of the sewer, I'm gonna do what? I'm gonna go to this part, because this is for water, but here they say the monthly, they want the monthly sewer charge based on the stand size. So now based on the stand size, where did I remember then, where did I see the stand size? I saw the stand size being given there. So this is the stand size I'm going to use to come here so that I can have and an understanding of how much this person will be charged. So now they say up to, it says the first column, it says that the first column, it says that up to and including 300 meters squared. Then they say larger than 300 meters squared up until, which is to 1,000 meter square. This person falls within this one, because the second one, this one, he exceeds their largest, which is their maximum, is 300 meter cubed. For him, the stand is what? The stand, it is 463 meter squared. So the maximum here is 300 meters squared. So he is falling under this. So he will be charged how much? There it is, 378.95. That is going to be my A. So for A, the person would have been charged, or is charged, 378.95. That's the amount he is charged. I hope it makes sense on how you read off your statement, and how the statement when it's been given to you, and this is the municipal tariff. This is how you handle it. I'm going to make a video again of me handling questions using the same statements, but for now I'm just explaining how to read it, how to read the statement. So now I'm going to take it to our next statement. We are done with the municipal tariff. Now let's deal with the second one, which is the municipal tariff. Again, this one is of a water system. Nope, let me not handle this one, because I've already dealt with it. Here is the municipal statement. So nope, sorry about that. Let me just bring in another one that which we can handle. So let's deal with this one. Now I'm on the transport tariffs. Now the transport tariffs, you need, when you're doing your tariffs, I'm on this one, the transport tariffs. When you're doing your tariffs, be careful of the VAT, whether the amount that is being given, is it VAT inclusive or VAT exclusive. So now they say the table below shows the bus fare in rands, including 15% VAT for a single trip. That means whatever amount you see here, it is going to be also VAT included. So meaning VAT is also charged in that. Now here they say from port. Now this one is how you read this table. How do you read it? They have given you the place here. They have on my rows, take it as it is. They have given you where you want to go. When you're going in this way, that is where you want to go. Now this one, the columns is where you at. That is your current location. Let me say CL. Now this one is going to be your future location. That's where you wanna go. You can look at it in that way. Now if I'm at Port Elizabeth and wanting to travel to Port Elizabeth, it won't cost me anything. You get that? Now this is why here it is blank. But now if I'm at Port Elizabeth and I want to go to Queenstown, I'm at Port Elizabeth. Now I want to find my future location. The future location I wanted to be what? Queenstown. So I'm going to mark at Queenstown. Where the two intersect, that is the amount I will be charged. That is going to be the amount you're going to be charged in rands, including VAT. So with this table, how you need to look into it is that when you reach the furthest distance you can travel is going to be here. Because why? The furthest place is going to be well, welcome, which is going to be now. When you're looking at it from Port Elizabeth, you don't spend any money. But now when you come here, it increases. The fee increases with distance, and then until it reaches the max out. Why am I saying that this is the max? Let's look at it in this way. Let's say a person at this location. A person at this location wants to travel to the last location. A person at this location wants to travel to the last location. The last location is what? Is where I'm at. Last location, last location. So therefore, that will be not costing them any money. But let's say we reverse the system and say the person now that is at this location is traveling back home. Where is home? Port Elizabeth. So a person at this location wants to travel back home. If I'm at this point and I want to travel back home, where do I need to go? I need to go to, I'm at the location. I need to go back to home. So I go to where I'm at to where I want to be. Then the intersection is my location. I hope it makes sense, but let me just explain in this one. Possible question that might come can be, what is the amount charged to go from maybe Port Elizabeth to Queenstown? I'm going to say PE to Queenstown QT. Now they want the amount, the fee without VAT. They want the fee without VAT. Now we know the fee with VAT. For us now, we know the fee with VAT. With VAT, it is going to be how much? The fee with VAT, it is going to be it's going to be 395. Now since this is the amount, what I want you to do is I want you to look at it as if you were not given the amount, the VAT. You were expected to calculate the VAT, which I don't know the amount. If I'm calculating for VAT, I'm going to say the X amount, whatever amount that I have, the X amount plus 15% of what? Of that amount should give me the amount with VAT. So the amount with VAT, let me just make it with just the notion at the top there to just make you get it. Now, this is, remember, with VAT. This is without VAT. That is what I was going to end up with. So since this is what I was going to be having, what can I do? I could say that, fine, these two now, I'm going to combine them. Do I know the amount without VAT? No, I don't. But I know the amount with VAT. So the amount with VAT, I'm going to write it there. I'm going to write the amount with VAT, which is 395. Now on this side, I'm going to write this one, which is going to be X amount plus what? Now 15%. 15% is going to be what? It's going to be 15 divided by 100. And then it will give me what? 0.15. So that's 0.15. It is 0.15 of the amount that I don't know. So these two are like terms. So they are like terms. They're going to combine. So I'm going to have 1.15 x is equals to 395. So then I want to find x, which is the amount I'm looking for. 1.15 divide what you do on the left, you also do on the right. Then what do I end up with? I end up with this side, this eliminating itself, but now this side I need to find the answer. This, what is 1.15 eliminated? Only 1.15, not x. So the x is there, but it's going to be how much? I'm going to say that I'm going to say 395 divided by the 1.15. I get an amount of 343.4 8 and other values there. I'm going to round it off to 2 decimal places. It is going to be 4, 8. So now this is the amount that I get. So that means that is the value without what? Without VAT. So the amount, if the fee exclude VAT, is going to be how much? It is going to be this amount, which is 3.48. So if they ask you such a question, that is how you can maneuver through the question. That is the possible question they can ask, especially if they included their VAT. If they didn't include the VAT, they want you to add the VAT to find the VAT. You're going to use that 15% they have given you, 15% of whatever amount they are charging. Now let's go to the bank fees. Now on the bank fees also, there are some parts you need to understand and get yourself familiar with. They are straightforward, but you need to understand the basis of them. Now on these ones, they say the Mets Pirates. Oh, the Mets Pirates. That's nice, with a pie. Mets Pirates is a mathematical literacy club. A Mets Pirate opens a bank account with a .bank, and all club related transaction is done with this account. So an extract of the bank statement of the Mets Pirates for February 2017 is given below. Now the dates are being given, the transactions that are done. So now this, you can look in the table. When you're looking at your table, now I'm moving on my horizontal, that is on my rows. So rows, you have date. Fine, date is straightforward, that is the date. Now look at this, the transaction. For you, look at it as what you are doing with the money. Now you are treating yourself as a financial person, the one who's involved with these things. Now you are looking at it as if you are the one who is looking at the statement, that you are the one who is making all these transactions. So when you are looking at the transaction part, you are looking at what were you doing with the money. What were you doing with money? Meaning either taking it in or taking it out, whatever that might be the case. Now here it is going to be, when you see any value being written here on your debit. Now on the debit, any value that you see there on your debit, you can run to your debit every time you see a debit and put a minus. That is a deduction in your bank account. You don't like that. You have money being taken out of the account. Credit. Now your account is being credited with, is ... money in. You get that? So now here we're going to be having positive, meaning it's an addition. So anything that is negative, it collects from you. If you are doing something that doesn't add value to you, but rather subtracts value from you, so your self-worth, confidence, they're going to decrease. But when you're doing something that is positive, that it will make you feel better about yourself, you've gained some confidence. You are gaining. When you are gaining, it should show a positive. That's a positive impact. So therefore, that's the same thing. How positive or negative, whatever you're doing, it should affect your balance. So your balance is affected in the negative if you are doing a debit. Your balance is affected in the positive if you're doing a credit. When you're doing a credit, you're putting money inside. It is money in. Look at this. Cash deposit. Where is it? You are depositing money into that account of yours. You are not subtracting money. You are not taking money out of the account. You are putting money. So it is a positive, yes. So it should increase. It should increase your balance. Look what happened here. At first we have what? We had 28,955.47. But now we no longer have that. Now after the credit, you did what? You credit, after crediting your account, you have what? Now you have 31,511.97. So you've gained. You get that? So positive, negative. How are you being affected? That is that. So now let me just close it off with the telephone tariffs. Telephone tariffs. We are on that one. With the telephone tariffs, now let me look into this one and see what we have been given to deal with now. They say on this one, they say Sandra starts a new job. She does not have her own computer. She will need a cell phone with an unlimited web browsing. The table below illustrates the cost for 3 different deals from the cell phone company. How? Let's read it off. On this one, they say that deal number 1. On deal number 1, always make sure that before you even handle your deals, you understand these parts at the top. I have deal, so meaning if I'm to read on my horizontal, which is my what? My rows. If I read my rows, I have what? I have deal, phone, and internet cost. Meaning that on deal, I have what? The deal number. That is going to be deal number 1, deal number 2, deal number 3. Now, when I move on my rows again, and I find myself having what? Having phone and internet cost. On that very same row, down columns. On the columns, when I go down, I find myself having what? The phone and internet cost. The cost in actual rent. There they are. That is meaning this tells you what you expect when you go down on your table. The same here, call cost. When you go down, you're only gonna find call cost. But call cost of what? Call cost of deal number 1. This is what we have. Deal number 2. This is what we have. Deal number 3. That is what we have. Let's just read it off and see what we have. They say 2,500 cash for the phone. That is what you're being charged. And then you are going to be charged 50 rand per month. 50 rands per month for internet. So meaning that when you want to use the internet, every month you're going to be charged 50 rand, and then you can use your internet after paying that 2,500 cash to them, the expected cash. So now the calls, you are going to be charged at 2 rand per minute for calls. Then now, let's say you do not have that 2,500. Like Sandra just found a job. So it's fair to say that she doesn't have that kind of money now, but she can look to find a deal in the store that is favoring her. But now let's look, go down. They say now, okay, fine. If you don't have money, we have deal number 2 and deal number 3 for you. If you don't have that 2,500 cash, so they're going to be charging. They're saying 250 per month over 24 months, including internet and phone. So you see now, this is the amount that this person will be paying, which is 250 per month. She will be paying for both the phone and the internet cost. But now, if you are going to be expected, let's say on deal, let me say D2, on deal number 2, if I want to find the phone, and what? Internet cost. If I want to find the phone and internet cost for this deal, what do? I'm going to take that 250, that which they're going to be charging him for every month. They're going to be charging Sandra for 24 months. So that means I can multiply it by 24, and then 250 by 24, then she will be paying 6,000 for what? For the phone and internet. And then On the call cost, she's been given the first 50 minutes for free. Meaning if Sandra for the month she uses 50 minutes, that means for that month this is the only amount she will pay. Like, not for that month, sorry. That means Sandra, if ever she uses 50 minutes for a period of a month, on that month, when it comes to calls, she will be billed how much? 0 rent. She will not pay anything. Because why? She is ranging inside what they give her for free. When she exceeds, maybe she uses 60 minutes for the month. That means if she uses 60 minutes, let's say used 60 min. If she used 60 minutes, that means she will be charged how much? She won't be charged two rand 0.50 for the 60 minutes. No, remember she has 50 minutes which is coming in for free. So which means now she will be charged 2 rand 50 for what? For the last remaining what? Yes, 10 minutes. You get that? That is what you're going to be dealing with under your telephone tariffs. So I believe this was of help. That is the lesson of reading these financial documents under our tariffs. Now I'm going to make a video where I will be explaining, I will be using this tariffs to answer questions or possible questions that you can expect on this tariffs. MTK the Tutor signing out.